What's up, people? What's up, people? I'm back. I had to talk about this. I figured, I've seen people making videos about what happened to PMD Rock, and I've wanted to make a video like this for a while, but, like I said, there's so much going on up here. Sometimes, time never seems like the right time, but today I put together a list, right? Now, when you think about a job that's deadly, what do you think about? You think about people in the armed forces, right? Navy SEALs, Rangers, guys that work on oil derricks, miners, people that build skyscrapers, the guys that build bridges and maintain them, right? Guys that work in sewers. You think about all the dangerous jobs they can think about. To me, these are at the top of the list. I'm gonna call some names, right? Just take a listen. Some of them you might know, some of them you might be familiar with, some you might not. All these guys that I'm gonna mention are black rappers that were shot and killed, right? So going back a little bit, we have L.A. Capone and Lil Georgia. That's in Chicago, obviously one of the worst, state offenders or city offenders, Illinois. We have XXX Tentacion, Jimmy Wapo, Smoke Dogg, Dusky, Young Greatness, BG Kenny, Feist, Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, Nick Blicky, KJ Baller, FBG Duck, King Von, Mo 3, Obi Noir, OGYD, E-Day 600, Chicago again, Young Dolph, Slim 400, FBG Cash, Money Gang Fonte, Roy Banks, Jay the Youngin, and of course PNB Rock. Now, this is not even a complete list. This is just some of the names that I put together. Right now, this last one, PNB Rock, they're saying that because um, his female companion, baby mother, or whatever she was to him, drops his location, that's why um, he ended up being robbed and killed. Now, here's my thing with that. When you, it's hard enough for you to come into a job or a place in your life where you can make the kind of money that people, normal people, everyday people, regular people wish they could make, right? So you have these guys performing, they'll probably get what a 9 to 5 would make in a year. They get that for performing at a concert, right? Now you have online sales, you have a certain amount of notoriety for label. Obviously, you have a deal with the label. So these guys are getting money on different ends and they're making, significantly more than what the average person would make. I think by the time you start making that kind of money, you should already have a security plan. Like if you're gonna go out in public, you should have at least two bodyguards. You know, you're gonna go out in public for any other reason than going to a show or performing, I would say it's not worth it. At this point, just they might say, well, they're gang affiliated and all this. Mm, maybe, but some of these deaths, I mean, like Mo 3, he was chased down the highway and killed. FBG Duck, all right, we know they had beef with, you know, other gangs in Chicago, whatever, but for the most part, what I heard from him in his last sets of interviews, he was saying that he was trying to put that lifestyle behind him. Same thing with E-Day 600. I mean, from what I heard last, this dude was driving a truck, right? To put that behind him. Nipsey Hussle. Uh, Obviously, gang member with the Crips in LA, but this dude was into business, trying to open businesses. He had the Marathon or whatever, um, clothing store that he had set up. So we're talking about some of these people had already branched out. XXX Tentacion. I don't even think he was gang affiliated, from what I know. You know, Obviously LA and Lil Jojo, that's gang business. Nick Blicky, same thing. King Von, this wasn't even over a gang. This was allegedly over a girl. So I don't know. Wasn't it? I don't know much about the situation apart from what happened in the fight and what followed. He got shot and died. Right. So it seems like being a rapper, especially if you're a black male in America, young, most of these guys are early 20s, right? Some of them even make it to 21. They didn't make it to 21 just because of what they were doing for a living to make money. And I think that's really sad. Like when you think about all the dangerous things you could be doing and just doing this, being a performance artist, entertainer, is actually putting your life at risk, seems like maybe a lot of it might be jealousy. Because you have to realize when you start making a certain amount of money, first thing I think you should do is leave whatever hellhole that brought you up to where you are. Go somewhere else. Instead of buying a truckload of jewelry take that money and move to the suburbs. Don't give nobody your address except maybe like your mom and dad, immediate family. That's it. If you are dealing with a female and she doesn't know that your security and your safety as the provider is top priority, don't deal with her. Forget about it. Just don't have nothing to do with that person, because by the time you get to that level, let's say you building up to it, once you get there, the behaviors that you exhibited in the past, they're probably gonna follow you, which is the reason that you have to move. So let's say you were in a gang, right? You were in a gang, but for some reason you blew up, you got big, started making hits or whatever. Instead of trying to accumulate jewelry and stuff to go online and make videos, and now take that money. Let's say you get a deal from a label or whatever, and make sure you don't let the label insure you, because they're not going to give your family none of that money. That's for them. If you want to take out an insurance policy for yourself, you should do that. Right. So if anything happens to you, you're shot and killed or, maimed or whatever, you should have your own insurance policy and make it big, especially if you're young and you have children. Have your own insurance policy. Don't let the label, dupe you on by them having an insurance policy for millions of dollars. When you pass, people gotta be trying to put together money because you spent all yours on jewelry and gold diamond teeth and flashy cars. No, you have your own stuff set up. All right, that's my advice to you. I really never aspired to be a rapper. I mean, I think I'm a pretty good writer. I have, a writer's mind, I would say. I probably could rap. Not my thing. Right? Never really been my thing. I always liked the rap game, like, good lyrics. And that's why I put Pop Smoke and King Von, because I think out of all the artists that I've seen pass, those are two of my favorites. Yeah, I like Nipsey Hussle. Um, XXX, not really my thing. A couple others that were nice, but the worst part is you have these rappers that are really established in the game. The Rick Rosses, Nas, Jay Z. Unfortunately, we don't have DMX anymore. But we do have some rappers that are experienced in the game, and I don't hear them. like putting together anything and saying, listen, we're gonna put together a commission. You guys need to get your business in order. There's too many of y'all dropping. These are young black men in America coming up. They get into the bag, they get in the money. They're not doing what's right with it. We out here to give y'all some tips on how to make it to where we are right now, where you could be 50 years old. Still people can reach out to you, pay you to do a verse for them. We want to see you make it in life. We want to see you have a family, get older in the business, branch out, do something else. I don't hear nobody saying that. I think that's the saddest part because all these guys are dying young. They're leaving children behind. I'm pretty sure none of them don't have a will, insurance, all these things to take care of their family. So it's like they're gone. And what happens now? These children have to learn, when they get a little bit older, oh, your father was shot and killed, murdered in the streets because of gang or whatever it was. Oh, your father was shot and killed at Roscoe's because he was being robbed for his jewelry. You only have control over your behavior. You can't control what these thugs and degenerates are going to do. People are jealous of you. They know where you at. They're probably going to try to come and get you and rob you for the little bit that you have because they have no brains, right? Whatever you have is not worth a life in prison, but they're still going to take the risk because they're dumb. Some people are just dumb. There's no helping them, there's no assisting them, there's no talking to them. A lot of them can't be reformed. I'm not saying all, but a lot of them can't be reformed. That's what they want to do. Like, stick ups, jack moves, carjacking, B&Es. That's their life. That's what they want to do. Now, knowing that, you now have to move differently. You don't have to be at Roscoe's. You really don't. You take that money, you get yourself a nice place. Nice marble top in the middle of your kitchen. You sit down there and you have a nice meal together. You don't gotta be in nobody's restaurant. Just man, buy a waffle maker, buy an air fryer, make your shit at home and stay home. You don't gotta be out in public posing for nobody. That's solid advice. You can take it or leave it, but that's how I feel like. Too many have already, went to their grave young, was coming up, was making money, was popular, and where are they now? Can you imagine if Pop Smoke was around right now? Yo, he's probably still be making some nice music. King Von, same thing. King Von could weave you a story like nobody else, but they're not here no more. And it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. It is a deadly job for people that look like me. All right, white rappers, female rappers, the white rappers, you probably hear them overdose or whatever. Female rappers, probably go to prison. You don't hear them getting shot and killed in the street. Like, what's her name got shot in her foot or whatever, but big deal. When it comes to being a black male rapper in America, like, you're in the danger zone. You are in the danger zone. So, if you're a parent, you're a father, your mother, your kid is interested in this lifestyle, just listen to the names that I ran through. And most of these boys didn't make it past 20. Now, you can take that how you want, but this is harsh reality. They have to move different, they have to operate different, they have to cut all gang ties in that street life. Yo, the street is always going to be 100 out of 100. You're never going to win against the street. Somebody's going to get you. Some person who doesn't care who you are, how much street cred you have, how much money you've made. They see you with that nice jewelry or that nice car, they're going to come after it. And you're going to lose your life over a few dollars. Take that advice. It's free. All right. Take that advice. It's free. If anybody has anything to say in the comments, drop a comment. Don't geotag your location. What you're putting is a target on your back. All right. Like the video, share it with somebody. Let people know, man. It's like the wild, wild west out here. Not everybody's strapped. So unless you're gonna be out there, bulletproof vest, bulletproof hat, you know, with the steel on you, then it's not worth being out here in no restaurant like a sitting duck. It's really not. Peace.